In the midst of chaos, Cornelia remarks on the usefulness of certain captured items, hinting at her strategic mindset. Lelouch 6 Britannia then narrates the decline of the Holy Britannian Empire, explaining how it fragmented into smaller states after his reign, only to have some forces declare war again, now establishing a Neo-Britannian Empire in Hokkaido. Ash points out Satum Tower as their target, igniting the brothers' focus on their mission. Rose checks on his brother's progress with their equipment, while Kuroto confirms their plans to camp for the night. The tension escalates as they encounter hostile forces, with Captain Gran harshly denying the accusations against them, while Greed expresses a twisted sense of superiority. Captain Gran then asserts his dominance over the captured Japanese, claiming they are helpless under the Neo-Britannian regime. As they prepare for further conflict, Rose attempts to defuse a heated moment, advocating for calm and understanding. The dialogue shifts dramatically as tensions rise between the brothers and the captors, leading to a heated confrontation with Ash trying to mediate. However, Greed and Captain Gran continue to bully the captured, further emphasizing their cruel authority. The atmosphere becomes more complex as the group discusses the notorious Nameless Mercenaries, whose reputation for targeting Britannian officials sparks interest among the captors. The group is keen to ascertain the true nature of the mercenaries, revealing conflicting feelings about trusting them while acknowledging their skills. Rose reflects on their charitable nature toward animals, and despite some banter, the group appears to bond over a shared goal. The scene transitions to an unexpected encounter with Black Cat, who invites them further into a plot involving deception and strategic alliances. As they delve deeper into their mission, Black Cat reveals a personal vendetta against the Kirkwane brothers for their ruthless actions against the Japanese. Rose agrees to take on the task of confronting the Kirkwanes, emphasizing the gravity of their situation. Meanwhile, Cornelia's report about the silence of the Japanese terrorist group indicates the precarious situation they find themselves in. The tension crescendos when Iwamoto introduces the Nameless Mercenaries to the Kirkwanes, setting the stage for a strategic showdown. Gran, recognizing the threat they pose, resolves to combat them, unaware of the deep plans the brothers have devised. As the battle lines are drawn, Rose and his brothers showcase their tactical acumen, leading to an intense exchange of wits and strength against Captain Gran. The stakes are raised as Sakuya Sumireiji confronts the brothers about their choices, challenging their motivations and the consequences of their actions, intensifying the conflict. With underlying tensions brewing, Ash reveals his connection to past betrayals, intertwining personal vendettas with the broader conflict of power and justice. As the dialogue progresses, Sakuya offers Gran a choice, adding layers to the ethical dilemmas they all face in this new world order. Finally, Rose confidently asserts their success in tackling the mission, revealing their strategic prowess while seeking deeper trust among their newly found allies. This connection strengthens as they prepare for a crucial rescue mission, acknowledging their shared history and the complexities of their intertwined fates. As Kuroto calls out to Lady Sakuya, Kagaya expresses her joy at their reunion, sharing how much she missed her. Sakuya questions why Ash sacrificed himself for her, lamenting that they could have solved their problems together. Ash reassures her that helping friends is what he has always done, prompting a call for everyone to go home. Raspberry acknowledges Sakuya's unchanged spirit and thanks her. Ash then shares urgent news about the arrival of Lady Catherine Sabathra, the Weiss Queen, instructing everyone to prepare for a swift departure. Suddenly, Kuroto alerts them to the enemy nightmares converging on their location, setting the stage for a fight. Arnold Rank orders the destruction of all non-custom nightmares, displaying confidence in their military might. Amidst the chaos, Raspberry shouts for a retreat. As one member panics about enemy capabilities, the brothers strategize quickly, aiming to regroup while they face formidable foes. Amidst the fray, Ash expresses his determination to rescue Sakuya despite the chaos surrounding them. Arnold and Greed's confrontation highlights a struggle for authority as they discuss their plans to recover Kuroto. Meanwhile, Ash reflects on his loyalty to Sakuya, vowing not to fail again. As battles rage on, the narrative shifts to the larger conflict between Kuroto and Arnold, with Arnold taunting Kuroto about the latter's perceived cowardice. The fight intensifies, with Kuroto showcasing his skill as he challenges Arnold's strength. Eventually, the tide turns in Kuroto's favor, leading to Arnold's defeat. Later, celebrations ensue as the group recognizes their hard-fought victory, while new threats loom on the horizon for Hokkaido. Kuroto acknowledges the need for careful planning as they prepare for their next steps against Neo Britannia. The conversation transitions to personal bonds, emphasizing the importance of their shared mission as they navigate the complexities of their relationships. As the dialogue continues, Natalia expresses her concerns about their enemies' moves, while Rose reassures everyone of their plans. The atmosphere shifts as they prepare for possible future encounters, showing their resolve to support each other despite the challenges they face. The news from the Imperial Palace shocks everyone as Sakuya announces the sudden passing of Emperor Callus Albertania and her unexpected ascension as the 101st Empress. Greed expresses disbelief at the announcement, questioning Sakuya's legitimacy. Amidst her confusion about the new role, Sakuya reflects on the heavy burdens of power, as Yugo warns her of the solitude it may bring. As discussions turn towards Geass, someone questions the motives behind giving it to a girl related to Kagaya, implying it was a strategic move. The dialogue shifts to Sakuya's lineage, establishing her legitimate claim to the throne but also hinting at the complications this brings for their plans. Sakuya acknowledges that her family ties may cause delays in their liberation efforts. Kuroto emphasizes the need for effective leadership as Sakuya grapples with her role, revealing her frustrations about being back with the Black Knights after a long absence. They deliberate on their strategies against formidable foes, including the Damocles and its advanced weaponry. Sakuya then expresses her preparedness to secure resources for their mission, revealing her tactical acumen as she acknowledges the danger of their enemies. The narrative then transitions to Yugo and Ash discussing Empress Sakuya's unexpected rise, with Yugo expressing doubts about her loyalty and Ash asserting the importance of vigilance. Discussions of alliances unfold, hinting at a complex web of loyalties and the struggle for power amidst shifting allegiances. The scene shifts to Rose as he contemplates the implications of Sakuya's new position and its potential for aiding the Japanese people. With Iwamoto echoing this sentiment, they acknowledge the need for action against Neo Britannia's oppression, emphasizing their commitment to reclaiming their homeland. Tensions rise as Natalia discusses the chaos within the government and the need for swift action to counter Neo Britannia's oppressive moves. Rose reassures his comrades that despite the difficulties, they remain steadfast in their mission. Kuroto's humor lightens the mood, though Greed brings grim news about their forces being decimated by Neo Britannia. The group realizes they must confront the challenges posed by both Neo Britannia and the newly appointed Empress Sakuya. As the story unfolds, the characters navigate their uncertain paths, preparing for impending battles, while personal motivations and the weight of leadership loom large. Each dialogue serves to highlight the stakes involved, reflecting their collective resolve in the face of adversity, as they gear up for the forthcoming confrontation against Neo Britannia. In the heat of battle, Iwamoto declares that their units have drawn the enemy's ground forces away, signaling it is now time to strike at the main target. He expresses confidence, claiming the adversaries pose no real threat with their new weaponry. As the fight intensifies, Lord Norland orders the immediate deployment of nightmares to counter the invading troops. Naravan emphasizes the importance of destroying the enemy's float units to avoid vulnerability. As the operation unfolds, Kuroto urges everyone to press forward, and Greed warns about being outnumbered and calls for a retreat. Kagaya taunts the enemy's tactics, remarking on their own strategic advantages. Amidst the chaos, Yoko commands her team to prepare for a counteroffensive, ensuring they maintain their focus. In a pivotal moment, Norland confronts the urgency of the situation as enemy forces breach their defenses, declaring the need for decisive action. The dynamics shift as Kuroto expresses his readiness to take on the enemy leader, showcasing a clash of wills. The tension escalates when Nara Vaughn realizes their chance to capture the Damocles may be slipping away. As the battle rages on, Kuroto and Norland exchange words, highlighting the fierce competition between them. The stakes rise further when reports come in about the enemy's remaining weaponry and their strategic retreat. Yoko strategically directs her teams to regroup and prepare for an imminent explosion that could devastate their forces. Amid the chaos, they work together to minimize potential casualties, showcasing their determination and tactical skills. As the Damocles begins its critical descent, Yoko and Nara Vaughn scramble to redirect its fall, hoping to avert disaster. In the aftermath of the battle, discussions arise about the losses incurred and the government's response to the conflict. The characters reflect on their experiences and what lies ahead as they navigate a world still filled with uncertainty. In the midst of an intense conversation, Ash expresses his eagerness to meet a beautiful girl he has heard about. They discuss a special administrative district that Ash has been working on to protect the Japanese, showing his determination to create a better future despite lacking power at the moment. Kagaya then confronts Arnold about his choice to turn to terrorism, while Arnold questions her decision to work under Norland. Tensions rise as Kagaya tries to persuade Arnold to defect from Norland's side, yet Arnold adamantly refuses. Kagaya reminds him that Yugo Sumeragai's death was not his fault, encouraging Arnold to let go of his guilt. Sakuya enters the dialogue, asserting that his vow for atonement is a serious commitment. Kuroto then suggests that Arnold does not have to serve Norland, hinting at alternative paths. As the conversation shifts, Kagaya speaks about the aftermath of the Britannian Empire's fall, highlighting the growing violence and discrimination. Ash reflects on the tragic fate of the orphans from their childhood home, revealing his vow to create a safe haven for them. This heartfelt moment leads to Arnold's admission that he might have to fight against Ash if their paths cross again. In a change of scene, the dialogue moves to a training ground where Captain Grant orders his team to begin a mock battle. Amidst the preparations, discussions about Ash's past as a war orphan unfold, detailing his struggles and how he ended up with Lord Lindbelg through the Vogue scheme, aimed at helping children like him. The setting then shifts to a moment of nostalgia as Ash recalls the painful goodbye with his younger brother Nickel and the promise they made to each other. As they continue to train, the harsh realities of their past experiences come to light, including the dark nature of their upbringing under Lord Norland. The scene transitions to further training with harsh critiques on their combat techniques, revealing the pressure they face to excel. As the dialogues weave through training and memories, they culminate in a tense realization for Ash, where he grapples with the expectations placed upon him while facing the emotional weight of his past. As the tension rises in the facility, Ash reveals the anti-Geass equipment created specifically to counter the effects of his power, drawing attention to how serious the situation has become. Yugo comments on the lengths they went to for Ash's benefit, calling him high maintenance. This leads to Ash expressing their intention to study Sakuya's Geass to create a new power, indicating the beginning of their detailed observations. In a darker turn, Miura discusses the brutal methods they plan to employ after their experiments, hinting at a malicious agenda. Amidst the chaos, Arnold Rank, a significant threat, boasts about the enhancements to his nightmare, demonstrating his confidence in the unfolding conflict. The urgency escalates as Kuroto warns that Haruka requires immediate backup, showcasing the precarious situation they are in. Meanwhile, Arnold taunts Nickel with the revelation of his brother's grim fate, at the hands of Lord Norland. In a desperate plea for clarity, Sakuya confronts Cornelia about her intentions regarding Geass, suggesting a deeper political maneuvering at play. Yugo then orders the prisoners to be brought in, emphasizing the severity of their situation. Arnold manipulates the narrative, hinting that Nickel's fate is tied to the experiments, which adds emotional weight to the conflict. With Yugo instructing Sakuya to use her Geass on the subjects, the stakes rise as Ash urges her to act. As the battle continues, a sense of despair looms as they face the harsh realities of their past and present conflicts. Suddenly, the situation shifts as Kristoff and the Eastern Dawn Brigade arrive, changing the dynamics of the confrontation. However, Arnold dismisses their presence with arrogance, indicating his underestimation of the opposition. Iwamoto expresses disbelief at the unexpected alliances forming, highlighting the unpredictable nature of the ongoing conflict. As the team strategize, they realize they must approach their enemy with caution, aware that any rash action could jeopardize their standing. Yugo's impatience leads him to threaten the captives, reflecting his ruthless approach as the group struggles with moral dilemmas. Amidst this, Kaguya contemplates the dire consequences of using her Geass, weighing the ethical implications against the immediate need. In this charged environment, Sakuya grapples with her identity and the burden of leadership, culminating in a moment of resolve as she embraces her role. As dialogues unfold, the characters are pushed to make difficult decisions that will shape their futures and the fate of Hokkaido. As tension mounts, Lord Norland demands to speak directly with Ash, questioning the strength of her power. Ash challenges his perception of strength, asserting that true strength does not come from coercion and violence. Arnold supports her view, indicating that such power is lonely and lacks true purpose. Sakuya emphasizes the importance of recognizing weakness in others and urges Ash not to look down on those she considers weak. In a moment of crisis, Sakuya reports their negotiation failures, realizing they need new strategies to secure peace. She proposes that Kaguya return as chairwoman of the United Federation of Nations to assist in their plight. As communications falter, the group frantically analyzes surveillance feeds, uncovering the emergence of hostile machines attacking multiple cities. Kaguya acknowledges the challenge ahead, highlighting that the new chairwoman will not be easily dealt with in negotiations. With chaos escalating, Kaguya questions the ongoing attack on their stronghold, and the group scrambles to ensure the safety of representatives. As they move into action, Ash and Layla discuss their next steps in the midst of the confusion. Amidst the turmoil, reports of unidentified machines and destruction flood in, prompting urgent calls for assistance and coordination from the independent military. Greed leads the charge in rallying support from retired soldiers and private military companies, despite the potential violation of the UFN Charter. Amidst these preparations, the true scale of the enemy threat begins to surface, leading to desperate measures to protect Hokkaido. As Ash receives news of the chaos unfolding, he expresses concern for Natalia's safety while formulating a plan to counter the imminent threat. With the situation deteriorating, a hidden passage emerges that may lead them to the heart of the conspiracy involving Norland and the machines. The urgency builds as they confront moral complexities, questioning the nature of strength and power in their fight against the looming threat. They realize that working together may be their only chance of survival as they brace for the upcoming battles. As the final showdown approaches, alliances are tested, and the true motivations behind the enemy's actions begin to unravel. Rose prepares to engage in the conflict, seeking information that could turn the tide in their favor, aware that the balance of peace hangs in the balance. Kaguya and her team strategize to dismantle the enemy's control over the Satump barrier, facing their enemies with newfound resolve. The stakes are higher than ever as they embark on their final mission, knowing that their actions will define the future of Hokkaido and beyond. As the mission intensifies, Yoko orders the team to commence operations to restore power to the government building, while dealing with a significant number of Loki around the perimeter. Diversion units take their positions, and Yoko coordinates the advance of the main forces, urging everyone to stay alert as they face casualties. Amidst the chaos, Natalia emphasizes the importance of leadership and responsibility, ensuring the team remains focused on their objective. As they approach the center, Kuroto detects multiple Loki at a breach point, leading to a tense moment where the team realizes they are walking into a trap. A sense of urgency fills the air as one member bravely decides to create a breach despite the dangers, demonstrating a commitment to action. This act of courage inspires the others, and Sakuya urges them to hang in there while expressing gratitude for their efforts. The restoration of power is confirmed, and Kagaya takes charge, ready to exploit the situation at the barrier, which is nearing its maximum output limit. However, the situation becomes dire as the Loki forces continue to swarm, and Ash gives an imperial decree for all forces to eliminate the threats, focusing on the imminent danger posed by Norland. As battles rage on, Cornelia reveals her plans, confident in her superiority and the power she wields through the Falbout, challenging the team with her ominous threat. With the stakes higher than ever, both sides prepare for an inevitable confrontation, where Ash declares his intent to confront Norland directly. The team strategizes on how to defeat Norland and his nightmare frame, sharing insights on the vulnerabilities of their enemy. However, amidst the tactical discussions, Sakuya faces personal fears and doubts, realizing the gravity of the challenge they face. As they prepare to engage Norland, Ash proposes a bold plan that could turn the tide of battle. In the heat of the conflict, a countdown begins, leading to a tense moment where they aim for a decisive strike against Norland. The battle culminates with a sense of hope as they believe they may have defeated Norland, but the situation remains precarious as they navigate the aftermath. As they reflect on their journey and losses, Kuroto highlights the emotional weight of their experiences, sharing a moment of vulnerability with Ash. The narrative transitions into a new chapter, showcasing the world recovering from the chaos brought by the Loki and the mercenaries' ongoing commitment to preserving peace. Amidst the rebuilding efforts, Sakuya takes on the mantle of leadership in the new special autonomous region, marking a hopeful yet uncertain future for Hokkaido as the team discusses their next steps. The scene concludes with a lighter moment as the characters share camaraderie, reflecting on their personal lives and aspirations, signaling the start of a new era.